In a bustling city square, an ordinary day takes a disturbing turn when a police officer, known for his harsh demeanor, confronts a young black girl in a wheelchair. What starts as a routine patrol quickly escalates, and the officer's actions shock bystanders. The girl, vulnerable yet resilient, becomes the center of a conflict that sparks outrage. The officer's push, caught on camera, sends ripples across social media, igniting conversations about justice, equality, and humanity. But just when the story seems headed down a dark path, an unexpected twist changes everything. Stay tuned as this incident unfolds in a way no one could have predicted, leaving the world stunned and questioning what comes next. As the video of the incident circulates online, people across the world are gripped by the shocking footage. The girl in the wheelchair, identified as Mia, becomes a symbol of strength in the face of adversity. Her story, however, is more complex than a single moment captured on film. Mia is a high school senior with dreams of becoming a writer, a dream that feels distant in a world that often overlooks her. The officer, known as Officer Jacobs, has a reputation for being tough but fair. At least, that's what his colleagues say. But this time, his actions seem anything but fair. Why did he act the way he did? Was it a moment of frustration or something deeper? As the community reels from the event, questions arise. Who is Officer Jacobs really? And why did this seemingly ordinary encounter spiral out of control? The world watches, waiting for the next revelation in a story that is far from over. As the investigation into the incident begins, more details about both Mia and Officer Jacobs come to light. Mia's friends and family speak out, sharing stories of her kindness and determination, painting a picture of a young girl who refuses to let her disability define her. Her schoolmates rally behind her, organizing peaceful protests and calling for justice. The community's support grows, but so does the tension, as questions about systemic issues within the police force surface. On the other side, Officer Jacobs faces mounting scrutiny. Some of his fellow officers defend him, claiming he's been under immense pressure due to recent events in the city. Others remain silent, unsure of what to believe. As media outlets dig deeper into Jacobs' history, a picture of a man caught between duty and personal struggles emerges, complicating the narrative. The city stands on edge, as both sides await the official statement from the police department, wondering what truths will be revealed and what consequences will follow. As the city brims with anticipation, a new piece of evidence emerges, a second video from a different angle. This footage, released anonymously, shows a brief but telling exchange between Mia and Officer Jacobs before the incident. The clip raises more questions than answers, as viewers dissect every second, searching for clues that might explain the officer's behavior. The tension in the air is palpable, with protests growing larger and louder, demanding accountability. Mia remains at the center of it all, her voice calm yet resolute in interviews. She speaks of the fear she felt in that moment, but also of her hope for a future where stories like hers are no longer common. Her words resonate deeply, adding to the emotional weight of the unfolding events. Meanwhile, Officer Jacobs remains silent, as his family becomes targets of both support and criticism. Behind closed doors, he grapples with his actions, knowing that the world is waiting for his side of the story. As the day of the department's press conference approaches, everyone holds their breath, bracing for the climax of a saga that has captured global attention. Just as the city braces for the press conference, a bombshell revelation shakes everything. An anonymous whistleblower from within the police department leaks a series of internal emails, revealing that Officer Jacobs had previously reported concerns about the department's handling of certain policies. These emails suggest that Jacobs was under immense pressure from his superiors, who were more focused on public perception than justice. The revelation casts his actions in a new light, leaving the public to question if his outburst was a symptom of a larger systemic issue. Mia, upon hearing the news, finds herself conflicted. She's still reeling from the incident, but the new information paints Jacobs as a man battling his own demons within a flawed system. The community's response is mixed. Some feel betrayed, while others see an opportunity to demand broader reforms. The stakes have never been higher, and as the press conference nears, the world watches, unsure of what to expect next in this ever-evolving story. Just when it seems the story is winding down, Mia steps forward. She asks to speak, and with the world watching, she does something no one expects. She forgives Jacobs. Her forgiveness is not an excuse, but a call for unity and reform. She urges the community to focus on fixing the broken system that led to the incident. The final twist comes as the police chief announces sweeping reforms inspired by Mia's courage. It's a moment of profound change, one that leaves everyone reflecting on how a single act of kindness and understanding can spark a movement. The story, once filled with conflict, ends on a note of hope, leaving the world inspired by the power of forgiveness and the promise of justice. In the days following the press conference, the city begins to heal. The reforms announced by the police department are met with cautious optimism, as community leaders and officials work together to ensure lasting change. Mia's story becomes a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that even in the darkest moments, understanding and forgiveness can pave the way for progress. Officer Jacobs, now on leave, starts volunteering at a local community center, seeking to rebuild trust and learn from his mistakes. Mia continues to advocate for disability rights and justice reform, her voice growing stronger with each passing day. As the city moves forward, the lessons from this incident remain etched in its collective memory. The story, once filled with tension and uncertainty, ends with a powerful message. True change begins when people come together, willing to listen, learn, and grow. Mia's bravery and Jacob's accountability leave a lasting legacy, inspiring others to fight for a fairer, more compassionate world.